stream for ages. So I feel like I should actually say Happy New Year because it's been so long. I have so much to chat about and share with you. I have a whole list of things I wanted to go through with you because I want to talk about all the top sales on now, some discount codes, my favorite beauty products that I found so far this year that I started on last year. Please let me know if you can hear me or not. I am mic'd up, but sometimes the mic does and doesn't work on the live stream. So hopefully it's going to work. And then I also want to share my Beast Games Q&A. So I was on Beast Games. I got eliminated at the end of episode 4. I was playing 959, but I did a Q&A on Instagram stories. So I have a ton of questions to answer for you on here. What else? Oh, and then also my top fashion trend favorites for 2025. There are so many fashion trends I'm loving right now. And I will link to both my videos. I did a top men's fashion trends for 2025 and top women's fashion trends for 2025. So I've linked those in the video description below as well. So tons of stuff to get through today. I don't normally do my live streams in vertical, but I thought I would do it because I feel like when I do it horizontal, it alienates so many viewers. Most of you are watching on your phones anyway. So I thought I would do it on here. I'm going to save this as a members only video. So if you can't make it or want to pop off of the live stream, I will save it so you can watch it on demand when you hit the join button and do the membership. What else can I tell you? Oh, also definitely feel free to jump in on the chat. Have a Q&A going. Let me know what you want to know, like answers to your fashion questions, your styling questions, Beast Games questions, anything like that. I wish I was closer to you. I feel like really far away with this table. I normally just sit in the lounge and have a cup of tea or a glass of wine with you, but I'm also at the dining room today because my parents are actually in the other room. So into the top sales on now. Now I have a link below with the discount code. So Fashionphile is one of my favorite places for saving money on designer pre-loved goods. I got my Lady Dior bag there, my Dior slingback shoes there, my Rolex watch there. And what I really like about Fashionphile is that they give you a lifetime guarantee of authenticity. That's what I'm trying to say. So you don't have to worry about buying fake goods. Because I know some other stores, like online retailers, have had issues with fakes popping through their cracks. I feel like Fashionphile have always had a very, very good experience with. So their sale right now, you need to use the codes, but basically the more you spend, the more you can save. So it's a really, really good deal. But the codes are below. It's called their Red Envelope Sale. It ends on January 31st. So hop on that if you want to do that because it ends really soon. Soon. The second sale is Zadig and Voltaire. Now this is not a new brand, but it's a new brand I've started using. It's a little bit kind of like more rock and roll. I can't get my words out. I do need wine. That's the issue. I didn't sleep very well. I have a cat with lymphoma and he does keep me awake a lot at night. Bless him, because he wants feeding all night. He wants attention. So I'll get to these. This is why I have these because they're very much needed right now. These eye patches are expensive, but they work and they are a godsend. Back to the sale. So Zadig and Voltaire is a lot more kind of that cool girl aesthetic than I would say I normally am. But I just got a red slip dress from there. I was layering under a black turtleneck for the winter. And I've just felt like it's a really, really cool vibe. And I just ordered a sweater from them as well. Their sale is amazing. I've linked it below. You don't even need a code, but they have 40% off of a lot of things on there. Really good, like spring wear, layering pieces. The sweater I got is like in a cream, a crew is a bit bougie, isn't it? A cream sweater with a heart on that was just cute. It's cashmere. It's going to be super warm. I live in Vegas, so you don't think it gets cold. It is so cold here right now, hence the really furry, thick sweater I've got on right now. And then the last sale on right now, if you love designer goods, which most of you probably do if you're here because it is more of a luxury fashion channel, is Versace. Versace have a massive sale still going on. It's been going on since the beginning of January, but on their children's, women's, men's, home goods, everything. It's actually where I got my yoga mat was in their sale. So really, really good sale. You don't need a code. Again, the link is below. Okay, on to, I don't know how long this video is going to be. It depends how long I feel like chatting for and how long things go on for. Is my top 3 beauty products so far for 2025. I had quite a lot of misses last year with both kind of beauty products, hair products, just things I didn't feel like were worth the money. The 111 Skin Serum I was so excited about. It's a $600 serum. It should work really well. It did absolutely nothing for me anyway. The 3 things I really love right now are the Chanel Le Lift eye patches. Now these are expensive, but you can reuse them and they do have a proper serum in there, not just the patches, which are reusable. So I feel like you get a lot of use out there. I've linked review video on that below as well, because I want you to see the before and after, and I'm not just kind of like selling you stuff. These work. I feel like they didn't work when I left them on for as long as they told me to. I think I left them on for 30 minutes in the end, 40 minutes. That's when you saw the difference. I took one off and didn't do the other eye, because I feel like so many people do before and after videos and they do both eyes, and you have to remember what it looked like before and after. I did one side of my face, and the difference was night and day. The brightening, the tightening, the hydration was incredible. The other thing, I started using the Philip Kingsley Density Preserving Scalp Drops after I had COVID. About 6 months later, a lot of my hair started falling out, literally in clumps. It was getting so thin. And then I was a ballerina. I like tying my hair back in a bun. I was getting a receding hairline along here. These density drops actually work. If you go to my blog Glamour and Gains, you can see my before and after. It really helped with the thickness of my hair, and I got so much regrowth around the front. That's why I tend to not dye the front of my hair right now. She doesn't really want to put color there because it is new baby hair. If you have hair loss or it's thinning, this stuff works so well if you use it consistently. You do need to use it every day. And then the last thing I've just started using is the Sunday Riley Ice Ceramide Moisturizing Cream. I don't think I'll use it in the summer, but in the winter, if you're using retinols or tretinoin, this goes on like a really rich mask. It absorbs really well. It doesn't leave a sticky film, but it just makes your face feel so smooth and soft. It's just really, really lovely. And I kind of feel like it works like a really good makeup primer as well, because your face just feels so silky smooth. So they are my 3 favorite beauty products. I got through all of that really quickly because I figured most of you coming on here for the Beast Games Q&A, you want to know more about that, because that show is like the #1 show on Amazon Prime. It's so watched. And there's so much that went on behind the scenes and into it. It is quite psychological, the game, well, very. So there is quite a lot. Everyone's going to have a different opinion of it and thoughts, because everyone plays games differently. Everyone experiences things differently. But the first question was, on episode 4, did your platform have time to send someone for the helicopter? So if you've watched the show, it's the last helicopters leaving for the island. And we did. Our girl was the last girl. It was so frantic, the last girl to get on the helicopter, because there wasn't enough seats for everyone. We played a game of chance. Everyone was kind of doing rock, paper, scissors. We weren't doing that. We were doing kind of fists or hands, and it was whoever had the most stayed in. And then the last 2 did rock, paper, scissors, and they went out that way. Our girl did make the helicopter though, so our loss wasn't in vain. How long were you there? So I think episode 0, I don't know if you've seen that. A lot of people don't know about episode 0. There was an episode 0 when we went from 2,000 people to 1,000 people. So Amazon Prime, you think it's just 1,000 people. It was 2,000 people in Vegas, and that was for Jimmy's or Mr. Beast's YouTube. That, I think we were there 3 nights, 4 days. It felt like a lifetime, because once you were there, you didn't leave. You slept on the floor there. You had the clothing you went in. We didn't change clothes, so just one outfit, no skincare, no makeup. You were just there. So it felt like a long time, no phones. It was very fully immersive, full on. And then I think I was in Canada 7, 8 days, maybe 8 days, maybe 10 total with the hotel stays, but maybe 8 on set. And again, it feels like forever. It becomes your entire world, because there's no phones, no TV, no electricity. I mean, there's lights, but they switch them on and off for you when they want you to go to bed, when you want to get up. So it is very immersive. It felt like a lifetime. Okay, what did we ask for in the red cubes? If you've seen episode 3, was it 2 or 3? Episode 3, we are in red cubes. They basically look like asylum wards. They're white. We have a telephone and a pair of handcuffs, and 3 of you go in, only 2 of you go out. That was a very, very emotional episode. And people said, what do we ask for in there? So your brain almost goes to mush, because you're less thinking about what am I going to ask from there? Like, it's a selfish point of view. What do I want? Like massage, nice food, which a lot of people are smart and ask for. We were thinking as a group what we wanted to make that last amount of time together really special, kind of have fun in there together. Obviously, the first thing we asked for was immunity. That was turned down. What they didn't really show in the show was whatever you asked for in there, you couldn't leave with. You could only take what you had in the room. So you couldn't leave the room with immunity. You couldn't leave with $1 million or a house. It was just in the room. So we just ordered food. I think we ordered sushi and pizza, like nothing bougie. We were just like, I'm hungry, I want pizza, I want sushi, all the basics. We ordered a megaphone. I know that sounds really weird, but because the other isolation pods could actually hear you on it, we had the microphone or a megaphone. We were singing Backstreet Boys. Everyone was joining in. It was really, really fun. We ordered $1 million, which we never got, and we ordered a money gun. We knew we couldn't leave with the money, but we just thought it would be fun to have in there to kind of visualize winning money. I don't know. It was just like your brain goes too much. We were just being silly. You were also really tired. So that's what we ordered. How did we get the person to handcuff themselves in the cube? So a lot of people were kind of giving sob stories, not sob stories, but explaining why they thought they deserved to win. But for us, we kind of thought everyone deserves to be there. Everyone has a reason. Everyone is like equally deserving. So we did a game of chance, and we had Jimmy come around with a deck of cards. I think at about the 4-hour mark. You have 5 hours to do everything. I think we know about 4 hours. And we basically said, whoever drew the lowest card would, whoever drew the lowest card would be out. So I think I drew an 8. It was really low. I was worrying. And then I think Victoria drew a 5 and then Sarah drew the 2. So she was eliminated because she drew the lowest card. Now, you don't have to honor your word, but luckily she did. So we didn't make her handcuff herself. It was up to her, and it was just a game of chance. How did you feel in the last game? Literally, there were so many emotions going through your head at that time. I think I was panicking because there were so few seats left and so many of us. Your chances had got less and less and less. And it was kind of like end of days. It was you either won the game or you're getting eliminated. And being eliminated became very, very real. It's really in every game, but I feel like our odds were better at any other point in this game. This is the worst our odds have been. So it was just sheer panic because also it was that time crunch. Like I said, our girl was the last girl to get on that helicopter. So we didn't even really have time to process how we were feeling because it was so, so quick, that last game. It really didn't dawn in. I don't think they were being eliminated until we were walking out the gates. We're like, that's it, it's over. Like, we're not going any further. So no, I did not make it to the island, and I was gutted. Obviously, who wants everyone wants a vacation to an island, and it sounded really cool, and you had the chance to win it. So I was gutted I didn't make it to the island, but I am very, very happy with how far I got. From 2,000 of us to the top 80, that's still a long way. Obviously, I'd like to have won and got further because you were there for the experience. The experience was so incredible. If you're interested, go to Beast Games Casting on Instagram. You can sign up to be alerted when and if they do a season 2, or if you want to do any of his YouTube videos. But it was definitely in the experience for a lifetime. I highly recommend it if you're competitive, want to win some money, want to learn about yourself, want to travel. It was so, so cool. So where is Beast Island, the one they're competing for? It was off of Panama. So that's where the island was. If you made it to the island, would you have done the challenge with the Navy SEALs to win the island? The odds were pretty good, 1 in 9. So if I'd have known in the beginning, the odds were 1 in 9, 100% I would have gone for the island because, like they said, it's really good odds. So what they did for that, if you haven't seen it, they stood them up in a line. All 60 people stood in a line, and they went down the line asking if they wanted to compete for it or not. So if I think of us at the beginning, I would have said no. I'd have kept playing for the 5 million because you don't know what your odds are going to be. If you're going towards the end and you've seen so few people competing for the island, 100% I'd have done it because the odds are so good. So whether I'd have done it depended on where I stood in the line for that. Do you regret not taking any of the bribes along the way, like the 80K? It was actually 1,000K in episode 1. No, I don't, because I was there for the experience. I was there for the big prize. Even if there was an opportunity to take a bribe without screwing anyone over, which there was in episode 4, you could take money. My cat's just come in to drink some water. It's my water. I still wouldn't have done it just because I would have always had that what if in my mind. What if I'd won the 5 million? And then you've got so far already, you might never have this chance again. To get that far again would have been so hard. So no, I have no regrets about not taking any of the bribes or any of the money. What have I learned from this experience? I feel like I learned a lot about myself. I always knew I was very competitive. I was a professional bodybuilder. I did pageants. I was Mrs. Nevada, Mrs. England. I know I'm competitive. I'm always trying to be the best version of myself. But I didn't realize how much until I was there. And I didn't realize how much I could hack things. Like, I've never been camping. I've never used the showers that they had there. It was the ones where it looks like a porta potty. You go in, press a button on the wall, and it comes out. 50 of you in these bunks, in these dorms. So it was a lot. So I think you learn a lot about yourself on how competitive you are. Would you screw people over or not? Are you going to play fairly? Are you not going to play fairly? I feel like it brought me back closer to God. There was a very heavy Christian influence there. We had a lot of prayer groups, we had Bible study, we had a church service. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I learned that actually one of the biggest takeaways was that you got further by building friendships and not screwing people over than when you stab people in the back. So I think playing fairly played a really, really big part in this. Also, if you've watched Squid Games, it's very similar to that. It's all about friendships and alliances and playing fairly. Playing dirty just did you dirty. It did not do you any favors. So I think I learned a lot that way about it. Would I do it again? 100% yes. Absolutely loved the experience. There were times that were like, oh my God, I hate this and it's so stressful and all the rest of it. But I would 100% do it again just because I think it was such a good personal challenge. So that's my thoughts on that. Okay, on to, done the Beast Games. I've done my favorite beauty products. 2025 fashion trends I am loving right now. So let me know in the comments which ones you're loving, which ones you're hating, what ones you're going to wear and which ones you're not. So I am really into candy pink. I loved the whole magenta hot pink fashion trend a couple of years ago. So when Mocha Mousse came in, when the beige came in, when the mahogany came in, burgundy, I love the burgundy trend, but I was really excited when pink came back in. And I'm quite happy it's kind of the candy pink. It's just one of those harder colors as a blonde or a pale skinned person to pull off though. It definitely, for me personally, requires a lot of self-tanner so it doesn't wash me out. But there are so many different shades of pink and luckily I have a lot of it. I love a trend where you don't have to go out and splurge on shopping for new things again when you can just kind of like wear what you already have in your closet. I'm going to stand up and see if we've got any comments coming in to there because I can't see them on there. Okay. Sorry about that. And I'm literally in like, do you remember like 2020, whenever it was, when we did our Zoom outfits, like dressed on the top and had casual on the bottom. I've still got my sweatpants on the bottom. Anyway, I'm comfortable. So second trend I'm really loving is pinstripes. And I don't mean like pinstripe suits. Pinstripes for men, pinstripe suits, very kind of like that Gordon Gekko look is very in for men. But for women, it's less about the suits and more about cute things like a little navy and white pinstripe halter neck vest with tailored white shorts. Think kind of like really cute pinstripes versus kind of office wear pinstripes. I love that. I think it's very, very wearable, very classic. The other thing I'm really happy about, we had like quiet luxury and minimalism in for so long. Maximalist fashion is in. So think things like volume, shoulder pads, lace, crystal embellishments, all of that good stuff. Area NYC is actually a really good brand for crystal embellishments, self-portrait as well. So those things I'm really looking forward to this year, being very glam, very feminine. There's a lot of that continues all the way through all of these different trends, like tweed. Tweed is such a ladylike, feminine, classic style. And that's definitely one I'm going to be embracing. I have so much tweed and boucle things in my closet, from bags to dresses to blazers. So definitely bring those out again this year if you have them. And that also ties into the first lady aesthetic. I think this year that's going to be huge. We saw quiet luxury coming in. And then I think with the whole kind of first ladies being so well dressed, love her or hate her, her fashion is absolutely fabulous. I think that's going to carry on to the real world, and it is so wearable in real life. So I'm really excited to see that. The other thing is suede. Suede is a massive fashion trend for 2025, whether that's a handbag, a pair of boots, your outfit. I feel like outfits can be quite impractical and very hard to clean. I have a lovely suede jacket, have some amazing suede boots, but it's one of those things, definitely use your suede protector on those. And that will carry over into the summer as well. I think little suede dresses, suede miniskirts, suede shorts, suede pumps. You can wear that all year round. A very, very wearable fashion trend. That's what I'm liking about a lot of the fashion trends this year. I feel like in the last few years, we've had a lot of very unwearable fashion trends, like the panta boots, like the pirate pants, like the sheers that can be very hard to wear, like the crop tops. This year's trends are very, very wearable, and I love that. Oh, it's leopard and animal print, everything is in this year. And if you feel like you don't want to wear leopard print, I would say wear something like leopard print heels. They can be a really cool statement piece, or a leopard print scarf, just something to tie into that print. And I just feel like, to me, that's such a confident print to wear. And again, very powerful, very feminine. And then the last fashion trend I really like, and I remember it the first time when it was around when all the Lacoste polo shirts were in, is polo shirts for both men and women. And this year we're seeing more fitted styles. So I love a polo neck, not a polo neck. I feel like there's confusion, not polo neck turtleneck, but the polo neck, kind of the collared shirts. I love that on a dress as well. I think it's very kind of like old money aesthetic, which is still in, country club, smart casual, very easy to wear every day. A lot of these looks like the maximalist, like the pinstripes, tweed, sometimes that can be very hard to wear for every day unless you're going to an office. The polo necks, the leopard, the suede are things you can wear every day, smart casual, casual, running to the grocery store. So that is my live for the day. Like I said, I'm going to save it as a members only video if you want to come back to it. If you have any questions that I didn't get to, drop them in the comments below and I can answer them either here or in the next live stream. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a lovely Sunday.